Scammers have hit a new all-time low, posing as funeral home employees, targeting people who are going through the toughest times of their lives, trying to get money from them. It's our top story right here on The 4. I'm Heather Myers.
I'm Carlo Cicchetto. CBS 8's Kelly Hessedal is working for you on this. She's joining us live with what happened to a La Mesa woman and her warning to others. Kelly, this is disturbing.
Absolutely. You know, these scammers, they're targeting vulnerable people. They're preying on people who are in their worst moments. Now, Jennifer Lothspeich had just lost her husband unexpectedly due to health reasons when she says she was targeted. She's still in the midst of her grief, trying to figure out how to raise a 2-year-old alone.
Even with all the words I have, there's no way I could even put words together to explain who he was. He was the love of my life.
Jennifer Lothspeich, a former colleague at CBS 8, still struggles to find the words to describe what it was like losing her husband, Dustin. Today would have been his 41st birthday.
My life has changed irrevocably, and I really just take it moment to moment because I can't think too far in the future. I'll just panic.
The couple has a 2-year-old son named Harrison.
He was goofy, he was musical. How am I ever going to explain to him who his dad was? How am I ever going to make him know how much his dad loved him?
April 5th, just days after Dustin's death, Jennifer got a call from someone she thought was with the funeral home.
And so he's saying, you owe $49.90. And I was like, wait, what? And then he's like, it's an insurance thing in case somebody got hurt while they were at the mortuary.
The scammer had spoofed the funeral home's number, so the number that came up on her phone made the call appear legit.
He was saying, you can't come down here, so just give me the credit card over the phone. You can't pay me cash. You need to just do this over the phone.
The FTC has been warning about spoofing scams for years. Experts say thieves often use information they've gathered on social media. Jennifer believes that's exactly what happened in her case.
He called back one last time and said, we won't need that payment because we're going to refuse your business because of how rude you've been to us. So then the panic becomes, where's my husband's body and what are they going to do with it?
After making some calls, she realized it was all fake.
Just disgust and how monstrous people can be. So I'm just thinking of all these older widows and widowers who are going to get calls like this and not know and just give their credit card and have a whole nother nightmare to deal with.
So she did call the authorities, but because nothing was actually stolen, she says she was told there isn't much they can do about it, and trying to trace the number is impossible. Now, I reached out to the California Funeral Directors Association, who said this isn't something that they're seeing here right now. I did some research, though, online, and sadly, these funeral home scams have been happening around the country. There were so many in the state of Alabama at one point that the Alabama Funeral Home Board put a warning out to consumers about it. Heather and Carlo?
So this is just awful. We've seen these spoofing scams getting more and more sophisticated over the years. What can people do to protect themselves?
Yeah, I mean, and that's the problem. I mean, she said it was because that phone number came up and it looked just like it was from the real funeral home. That's why it was such a problem. But you know, the California Consumer Protection Agency basically says don't give out personal information, credit card information over the phone if you haven't verified the person is who they say they are. That's the tough part, you know, you're in a vulnerable state. She was grieving and just kind of in a haze, and fortunately, you know, she didn't become a victim. But I guess at the end of the day, trust your gut. If something doesn't feel right, you know, hang up, call back. If it's a legit person on the phone, you know, you think they'd be understanding.
Gosh, you just cannot understand how somebody could go after people in the midst of the depth of grief. What a shame.
Absolutely.
Kelly, thanks.
Thanks, Kelly.